Ready.
A few years ago, a friend of mine who was the brain behind Nike's Air Jordan and Quiksilver's colors came to me and said there had to be a way to make the beautiful natural fabrics waterproof and stain-proof. And so we decided that ought to be doable. I'm a nuclear physicist, and one of our better scientists where I work now is a nuclear chemist. So we started on this. And this fabric, as you can see, is sewn together in the middle. One half is untreated. The other half is the identical fabric from the same roll, treated. You can't tell it apart by touching it or smelling it. There is no smelling. Now let's see what we have here. And it goes right in. So if you were wearing that outside, you'd be nicely wet. Now, this is the same exact fabric treated with our proprietary process. As you can see, the water stays right on top. We've had it in the lab for weeks. It'll evaporate before it can get through. Or you can play games with it and have it roll around. So it cannot get through. And what we've done here is very different from anything else because we do not coat the fabric with plastic or something. We change the molecular properties so that the fabric is of the same electrical property as the water, which is negative. And like you know from school, magnets of the same polarity will repulse each other. So here the same thing again. This fabric is sewn together, and this time I by chance picked the one that's treated first, and the identical fabric untreated, whoops, and it goes right in and through, so you'd be nicely sewn. Now how powerful is our way of doing things? Well, this is a $300 Brooks Brothers tie. Whoops, that's inside out. And normally if you get water on silk, you know you got to throw it away. This is $300 silk, and the water cannot get through. It'll sit there for weeks until it evaporates. And your tie would still be in perfect condition even though it just got soaked. So theoretically I can now make a woman's raincoat out of silk. If you look at this, this is very, very fine silk from Italy. And even this fine silk, once it's treated, the water stays hopelessly on top. And it'll evaporate before it gets through. And yet we can do it even more unlikely things. If you look at this, you'd never believe the water would stay on top of it, but it will. As you can see, the water stays right on top of this very thin mesh, and it'll never get through. Now the biggest mesh I can keep water from going through is 4 millimeters per side. So we treated the window stuff that REI puts into its tent, and you could now sleep with an REI tent, leave the window open, neither the dew nor the rain will come in. You'd stay bone dry in a downpour in the middle of the night. That's what we've done here. So some of the products we've made so far are, we've made women's running shoes made out of 100% silk, and they weigh 4 ounces a pair instead of 2 pounds like the Nike equivalent would. We also have made waterproof dresses, raincoats, and we can make uniforms, and it's especially important for wound dressing, bedding in hospitals, bedding in hotels, as well as carpeting, upholstery in airplane seats, and train seats in trains, because it is not just waterproof, it's also odor-proof, stain-proof, and antimicrobial. Because it's bone dry, nothing can live in it. So a nurse or a doctor can walk from one patient to the other, and after about 20 seconds, the microbes are dead. So there is no more transference of one bacterium from one patient to the other. They can't survive. This is the proposition we have. So we believe this is a paradigm shift in fabrics. The main advantage for the human being is if you wear a sports uniform made out of this, you can perform much longer at a much higher level because sweat starts out as a water vapor. Vapors go right through it. So the athlete or the soldier would stay much cooler, much longer, and therefore can perform to the fullest of their potential.
Real quickly, what is a brief description of the process?
The process is a proprietary process. It is based on C6 molecules, which means they are environmentally friendly, they are totally safe for the ozone layer, whereas the old technologies such as C8s are prohibited already in Europe and Japan. There's no prohibition foreseen on the C6s because they're safe. But we are already working on C4 just in case people want to get even more safe. Now the C6 is 99% biodegradable. In other words, it's microbe food. And our treatment far exceeds the so-called life expectancy of the garment. Garments are expected to go through 50 wash and dry cycles, which is considered lifetime for a garment. We have exceeded 150, and after 150, all the properties, waterproof, odorproof, stainproof, and antimicrobial, are exactly the same as on the first day of wear. And we've had it verified by the labs at REI and other retailers. We far exceed our claims in any test we've been subject to.
And real quickly to end, is there anything else out there like it?
There is nothing like it, even remotely similar. All the other stuff is sprayed on. Half of them are based on nanotechnology, which is a gigantic lawsuit waiting to happen because nanoparticles will get into your skin and into your body, and you can never get rid of them again. And the other stuff, such as the 3M Scotch Guard, it washes out after 5 washes. And it doesn't waterproof it anyway. So this is a unique play for waterproof, odorproof, stainproof, and antimicrobial. And it's permanent. The garment falls apart before the protection ceases.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your time.